What's going on, everybody? Eric Taylor, Taylor to Coaching. Woo! Grinding. What you doing on the hustle? Don't you want to stand? You got to flex the daily muscle. Yeah, I'm back with the sun. Starting to go down, but it's sun in the 6th house, which is kind of fitting because it's, a nighttime placement and chart. Sun in the 6th house. Well, what's your sun? Eric Taylor, Taylor to Coaching. All right. Ring the bell, subscribe, Patreon, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, right? When you have your sun in the 6th house in your natal birth chart, the sun is your creativity, your ego, vitality, right? Your expression, your self-esteem, the authority, government, your father. Not really the government. I guess Saturn's more the government, but it's more politics and authority. But this is showing your sort of like focus and purpose in life, right? So the 6th house, normally ruled by Virgo and Mercury, but in your birth chart, that's why you got to hit me up, right? Taylor2coaching@gmail.com. Your 6th house could be Aries for the Scorpio ascendant. It could be Leo for the Pisces ascendant. In those two cases, the sun would be exalted and at home, be very happy. Okay, if that sun's in Libra and Aquarius, for the Taurus ascendant or for the Virgo ascendant, the sun in the 6th house, it's no so bueno, It's not caliente. But, okay, what's the 6th house? It is your work. You're an adult now, right? Your first apartment, your daily routine. Now, each house in astrology has got multiple meanings. So this could be like your first job, your first apartment, or this could be the mundane, basic things we do daily, even when we are married or, an adult and working or not married. Right? This can be sort of service industry jobs, working with your hands. It can be, it's sickness, it's illness. The 6th house is your mother's siblings. This is divorce, litigation. It's enemies, right? Not the open enemies like the 7th house, but your enemies at work, right? It could be your boss, your coworkers, right? You see divorce in this house. You can see cheating sometimes, affairs here. I've seen that, before. The 6th house is, it's also small pets, right? So here, having the sun here, your father could be someone who is in the medical field, this could be people who are nurses. Your father could be a lawyer, a divorce lawyer. But it could also just basically be, like someone who's got like this grind job, you work in McDonald's or you work in retail, you work at the gas station, you work as a plumber, and these are all good things. It's not like bad, but this is it can be sort of the simple, just analyzing, getting things done, fixing, making things happen. Okay. But you can definitely see, especially if it's like Aries or Scorpio here, you could see someone who maybe works in the medical field, right? Leo, you could be in the entertainment business, right? Because remember, the sun is creativity. It's how you express yourself, but it could be art, right? Also, you could see veterinarians here. You can see someone who collects or sells bugs, or, they got these people who do that stuff and trade that stuff on the internet. Or humanitarian, or someone who's in service of pets. Maybe they work for PETA, But sometimes you can see where here because the sun not only represents sort of you, but it's also that double entendre of your father. Here, your father could be someone who has a lot of complaints, you know, whether it's health or just, you know, issues at work or, you know, the daily grind and And it doesn't have to be like a negative always, but it could be negative in the sense of like where, oh, I didn't achieve this in life because, you know, I had these haters and this and that, you know. Could be like a Debbie Downer, a negative Nancy, you know, like whatever. But it's also, you know, sun rules the heart and bones. So you can see the vitality and the health of a person, okay? So if the sun is in Libra or Aquarius, they could have issues with kidneys or pancreas or have self-esteem issues or maybe bad shins, calves, or ankles, you know, for the Aquarius. You know, the sun is so much better when it's in Aries and the fire signs like Leo and Sag. You know, it doesn't love being in Libra and Aquarius. Not so bad in Gemini. Doesn't love being, you know, necessarily in Virgo. But there's definitely, you know, Capricorn, Taurus, Aries, Scorpio, Leo. It does pretty good, okay? So, you know, this is an interesting placement. It's not going to be all negative or bad. Oh, but there's a big emphasis on how you want to use your energy, right? You can feel like the authority, you know, like you might want to be the creative leader at your job. Oh, this could be good for marketing and advertising too, okay? You know, you could be a manager of things, right? You manage a senior center or the nursing staff, or, you know what I mean? Maybe you're the head of your PT department at a school or an office. You tend to, because the sun's like a mild malefic, so you know, this is more of a malefic house, 6, 8, and 12. So the sun tends to outshine their coworkers that are haters, right? So they could have the frenemies, right? They could have beef at the job, but then they like handle it, and then all of a sudden now they're friends. Make sense? You know, you could have a very unique or creative health plan or hygiene, you know, like in terms of how you're efficient with your time, but how you pursue, you know, your working out. You know, you might not like to run. You might just like to do elliptical. You do the Peloton at home. You only do, think of like some Herschel Walker. You only do sit-ups and push-ups, 1,000 a day, you know, push-ups with your fingers, you know. You'll be creative in that sense. Maybe not the vegan, but maybe just the pescatarian or paleo diet or something. So, yeah. You know, sun in the 6th house. But you gotta know what's aspecting it. This is why you gotta hit me up, all right? Taylor2coaching@gmail.com to get the whole birth chart done. Because your sun could be very different if it's, you know, conjunct Pluto or conjunct Mars, you know. Maybe you work in the ER, okay? Maybe you deal with emergencies, you know. You just don't know. So what's trining it, right? From the 6th house, what's you know, going on in the 11th house? What's going on in the 2nd house? You know, so you want to know these things, all right? I'm sorry, 10th house, right? The trine would be the, you know, and the opposite would be the 12th, you know? So get your boy up. Get your chart right, get your mind right, get your sun right, keep your sun bright. But yeah, so we'll be going to the 7th house. The sun's not really happy there, right? The house of Libra, we'll be going there next. It's about the other half, you know? So sometimes your ego could be based on, I guess I'm giving you a preview, right? It could be your ego being based on having partnership, relationship, contracts, business. You know, in the 6th house, your sun here, you could also be close to your uncle, you know, your mother's brother, and even your father's brother could be very influential in your life too, okay? So hit your boy up, all right? Sun in the 6th house, Eric Taylor, Taylor 2 Coaching. And yeah, ring the bell, subscribe. Please join my spiritual family on Patreon. I'm so thankful for the people that join in. I'm trying to give you all that exclusive content. And yeah, and I got a new service, right? If you know when you got the LLC, or you know when you started your business, the city, state, the time, I can do a full 12-house report, $150 for your actual business, the business birth chart. And you might not want that. I could do a mini business birth chart for $75, where it's just focusing on North Node and the midheaven and like the sun and the willpower and drive of the business, the Mars, you know, certain placements. It won't be the whole chart. But it does, you know, and there's no custom video with that, but it does give you great insight, you know, when you know, you can cast a chart about your business. It can give you a lot of details that can be very helpful to understanding the purpose, the goals, the dreams, the way to best market and distribute your products, your business, your corporation, okay? You need to know this stuff. Let me tell you, people don't like to talk about it, but some of the biggest people in the world, they have their own personal astrologers, okay? They know, you know? And I'm telling you, you sports teams, you need to reach out to me, because I'm a big sports fan. You know, I could help you with your drafting of NFL and NBA players, looking at their birth charts and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to figure that out and design a whole astrology of sports service. Yeah, man. All right, Virgo sun, Scorpio rising, Capricorn moon, sun in the 6th house. I hope you see this. Hope to see you soon. Hit me up. Eric Taylor, Taylor 2 Coaching.